Okay, beautiful. I'm sure everyone can hear me. If you can hear me loud and clear, please type 555 on the chat box so I can know that I'm not talking to myself. You can hear me and you can see my screen. Please type 555 on the chat box. Thank you, Francis. Thank you, Golden Blaze. Wow, Golden Blaze is in the house. You're going to show us some strategy. Thank you, Mart. Thank you, Godswill. Thank you, everyone. Okay, so the strategy we're actually using is a simple strategy. You know, I love simplicity when it comes to forex trading. When it gets complicated, count me out. So, like we always know that the QOP strategy was derived from rectangle strategy. And each time we keep modifying it day in, day out. The first time I actually studied about this QOP strategy, we started with 5 minutes. And from 5 minutes, we moved to 15 minutes. And from 15 minutes, we noticed that yes, you can actually draw your rectangle on the 4 hours and you enter on 15 minutes. And I already noticed that if you're an intraday trader, that means you close your trades every day, you go in and out of every trade. You can actually draw your rectangle on the smaller time frame, on any smaller time frame that you want. All you need to do is look for an impulse move and you use the same entry and exit technique. It works, the same entry and exit techniques cut across all the time frames that you're using. But what we're going to do today, we're going to use our H4 and we will enter on 15 minutes. So I'm going to change this to what? H4. This is a beautiful impulse move that we've seen here, which is this. I'm going to draw it here. From here all to this place. So this is the high here we're going to use, and this is the low we are going to pick. So the impulse move is from here to here. So I'm sure everyone is actually following me. This has already shown you, for those who understand how the head and shoulder works, you can see this little shoulder here, left shoulder, the head and the right shoulder. It broke out, came back, retested it, and boom, it went all the way up. Came down here, came down, all the way down. Now the question is it going to continue coming down to this support area, or is it going to go up? Sorry about this stuff. I'm just using it to draw. So the QOPFX strategy is going to tell us what we're going to do. Are we going to buy or are we going to continue selling? So now we've found our impulse move. Let's get straight to business. I'm going to change my pointer to the arrow and I'll pick what? My trend line. What am I doing? I'm picking from the low that we actually found here, this low. This low here, all to this what? High here. And I'll pick the rectangle from here up to this place. You know the originator of the rectangle strategy, Papa Smurf, he does it only on H4. His entry is on H4, his exit is on H4. But not everyone has that patience to wait for the H4. So what did I do? I keep studying and I came across this one that you can actually draw it on any time frame, and your entry and exit is actually very beautiful. And you know one thing about trading is when your risk is actually very low as compared to what you're going to benefit from the trade. That is the beauty of what? Forex trading. If you can enter 5 trades and you lose 3 and you win 2, or even if you lose 3 or you lose 4 and you win 1, that one that you won will cover up for all the losses you've made. That is the beauty of trading. It's not about how many trades you enter, but what you can risk. You risk little and you gain much. So now what I'm going to do is trying to find my levels, pivot levels. That's what I'm looking for. So this line here I drew here, this horizontal line I picked here, it's what? My support level. That's the support level where we've got the last low. So I will draw my rectangle there. I put my trend line there, sorry. Then the same thing I'm going to do here, put my trend line here as well. So now I have the floor and I have the ceiling. So this is my first pivot level and the second one. Now what I'm going to do again is pick my trend line, because in between all these levels, you have other pivot levels in between it. But how can you do that? You will use this method to know how to do it. It cannot, it's not necessarily, it must be perfect, but just get it. Okay. Now the intersection between the two levels, which is this, between the two trend line, this trend line and this trend line, the intersection is where you have your pivot level. And I'll put it there, in between it. I need you to pay attention. Now you will see how price is respecting it. You can see the levels here. What price came to this pivot level and always react. Those levels are areas that price react to. These pivot levels are areas price always react to. So now the box has been, the rectangle box has been divided into two. The first part and the second part. While I'm repeating this, it's for the benefit of the new members that actually join our WhatsApp group, because there are so many people that keep joining in, day out. And by the time they see what people are doing in the group, they're making profit and they're doing this. They're actually confused. Now, how can I do it? I know I have a YouTube channel that you can go in, but it's always good when you are in class one-on-one and when the teacher is teaching, it actually connects well than when you're watching it on your own. So that's why we're having this class. Now I'm going to pick another trend line and I will draw from this place down to this place. Remember, I've divided the rectangular box into two. So now you pick it and do the same thing here. I'm trying to get other pivot levels in between here. Why did price react to that place? So I'll do the same thing here. This week is actually my birthday. On Wednesday is my birthday, so I need enough blue pips. So all the analysis we're going to do today, we hope that it's going to give us money that you used to buy cake for me and send me all the goodies. So now let's see why price actually closed. The market actually closed in that particular area. Now you can see for yourself that here is an area of concentration. You see what price did? It reacted on the pivot level, went up to that area, that zone, came back here, and it closed here. So we've drawn it on H4. You will do the same thing for the box above. Let's just do it. Let's complete this box above. On the next pair, I will actually, after dividing the box into two, I will draw it to the extent of where price closed. Then the other one, you do it yourself. It's not about you waiting for me, but about you knowing how to do this yourself. My internet connection is shaking. If you can still hear me, please confirm on the chat that you can hear me by saying yes. If you can hear me, please confirm on the chat room. In the chat room, sorry. All right, thank you. Thank you, everyone. Good, thanks. So I'll do the same thing above, and we'll wait to see how price is going to react when the market open. We're still going to use our moving averages. Moving average is for the second confirmation. If I'm going to buy or sell this pair, what's going to happen? Look left here. You see how price came here, reacted, and bounced back. This is the easiest way for you to what? Predict the future of any currency pair. Now, we just drew it on H4. We're going to go on M15 to, I will show you how you can exit and do what? Enter any trade using this strategy. So now we've drawn it here on H4. If I'm going to open my moving average. The moving average we are using is EMA, exponential moving average 50, exponential moving average 200. Now, how can you determine what's going to happen here? The 200 moving average is actually the trend indicator. If price is above the 200 moving average, just like what you're seeing here, it tells you that that pair is bullish. If price is below the 200 moving average, it tells you that that pair is bearish. Okay, so now looking at it from the H4, it's telling me that the price is bearish because price is below the 200 moving average. Now, what is the work of the 50 moving average? The work of the 50 moving average is just for crossing. If the 50 crosses the 200 moving average, it gives you more indication that the bearish move or the bullish move is actually strong. We are just drawing it on the H4 for us to know the pattern and know where we're heading to. But our entry and exit is on the 15 minutes. So I'm going to change this to 15 minutes. And you see how beautiful it looks like. Let me reset this so it can be a little bit bolder. Okay, good. Now I'm going to show you how to enter and exit using this strategy. Let me expose this thing and expand this a little bit. Let's assume that this thing has not happened. Let me start from here. One minute. There's a way I do this thing. Oh, I have to pay for it before it works. Okay, let's bust it then. Let's see if it's gonna work. No, I have to pay for it. All right, this is a free Zoom, so let's just let it go. I wanted to show you something. Okay, now let's assume all this has not happened. Let me use a draw. All this from here up to this place, round here, this move has not happened. Let's just assume it hasn't happened. Okay. Now, what you're going to do on how to enter this pair. Let's say price came all the way from this place down to this place. The thing, let me expand it so we can see it very well. The entry of this strategy is very simple. The first thing you need to do is what? Wait for price to break your pivot level, whether up or down. So here now, this candle, this particular candle closed at the tip of the pivot level. You know, some people might draw it. This candle actually broke it. So it depends. So let's say this candle closed below it. We're going to wait for the next 15 minutes candle to do what? To close. The next 15-minute candle closed above our pivot level, which is an indication that I have to be ready to do what? Buy. But I won't buy now. I'll wait for another confirmation for the next 15 minutes candle to close above the pivot level. As soon as the next 15 minutes candle close above the pivot level, I will take a what? A buy, instant execution buy. My stop loss is the candle that broke the pivot level, which is this. So let me use a ruler. So this is a candle. Let's assume this is a candle. You did not use this long one. You use this particular one. Or let's say you use this long one. Your stop loss is below the candle that broke the pivot level. This. If you use this one, your stop loss is below the candle that broke it. Then your take profit is the next pivot level, which is this 91,138. Now let me change this and see if price actually got to that place. Okay, it didn't get there, but at least you must have secured some part of your profit if you see this thing going. Now, the beauty of this strategy, the entry and exit, is your risk to reward ratio. So imagine you did this. Let me use a ruler, the long position ruler. Let's say you enter this trade from here and your stop loss was, let me use this big candle, and your take profit is this, you can imagine your risk to reward. The risk to reward is actually mind-blowing. What are you risking? 12 pips to get 105 pips. So even if you enter this trade and you hit your stop loss, you are losing just 12 pips. If you look for another opportunity and you enter that trade, what happens? And it goes your way. You're not losing, you're not just going to lose 12 pips, you're going to gain 105 pips. So one thing about forex trading is, how much am I willing to risk as against how much am I going to gain? So let's say you have $1,000 in your account and you use one standard lot. You are losing $120 to gain $1,050. So if it goes your way, maybe you enter one entry, it goes your way, you are going to make how much? $1,050, as again losing $120. So that's the beauty of this strategy, the exit and the entry, using the 15 minutes time frame. Please give me 1 minute. Sorry about that. So now this is just, I just needed to show you how to enter and exit the trade. Now for this particular pair, the move has happened already. The crossing has happened, 50 has crossed 50, and the sell has happened. So I would advise you shouldn't enter this trade. The only time you can enter this trade if price closes below this pivot level, 89.97.9. I'm going to write it down. If price closes below this and the next candle closes below it to show you that, okay, yes, the indication for me to continue doing what? Selling it. Then you sell to the next pivot level. But if price closes above this, the next candle closes above it, do not enter a sell. So for this particular pair, USD CHF, there is no entry for it for now. But the trend is looking like a sell. The trend is showing me that it's a sell opportunity, because from our H4 is indicating that it's a sell opportunity. It's dropping. So I'll look more for a sell than to look more for a buy. But before I sell, I need more confirmation to do what? To take this pair, to sell this pair. If I will sell it, I need more confirmation to sell this pair, because where it is now is actually sitting on a support. And like what they taught us, early traders, you buy on a support, you sell on a resistance. So until this support, this pivot level that is now a support breaks, you shouldn't enter this trade. So what I'm going to do, I will write it down here. I'm going to write it here. You wait for sell opportunity on USD CHF. Wait for more confirmation. Sell below 0.89970. If price closes below this, sell. If price closes below. Okay, that is what you should do. But if for now, don't sell this market until you see this. Buy only if 2 M15, if 2 candles closes above 0.89970. All right. But I see more of a sell than for me to do what buy. So I need price to close below this pivot level before I can sell, continue selling this pair. If not, you look for what? Buy opportunity. But every indication shows that the trend gives me more sell opportunity than buy opportunity. That is for USD CHF. I'm sure everyone is still following. If there's any question on this, please type on the chat box and I'll answer to it. Okay. So for here, I look for more of selling than doing what? Buying. Because there are more indication for me to sell. Price is below my 200 EMA. The 50 has actually crossed my 200 EMA, which is giving me more strong confirmation for a sell. So if I actually need to do this, I will draw my chatbot is blinking. Don't worry, I'm going to attend to it. Let me look for short position. This is the best place. Your TP will be exactly here, and your stop loss should not be over here. Your entry should be somewhere here. Anything below here. So this is how it should look like if price closes below our pivot level. So you enter here and you exit at 89,379. That is it. So let me answer the question there. Yes, patience is needed. You don't just jump into a trade because you see it is dropping. You need more confirmation. Two close candles after the breakout candle, right? Yes. No, after the breakout candle is the first confirmation. Then the candle that breaks the pivot level is the first confirmation for you to either buy or sell. Then the next candle, if the next candle closes above it, let's say the candle broke above it, above the pivot level, that is the confirmation that I'm going to buy. Then they wait for the next candle to close, next 15 minutes candle to close. If the next 15-minute candle closes above again, enter your instant execution. Then your stop loss will be below the candle that broke your pivot level. That is it. Okay, well understood. Good. So let's go. I'm sure you understand it now, Cyril. Okay, good. So let's go to the next pair, GPP USD. We already had a buy on this pair long time ago. The first time that we actually did this, we analyzed this pair, and it bought and it kept buying, and now it's showing me little head and shoulder here on the 30 minutes. And this one is showing like it's actually retesting the neckline of the head and shoulder. So are we going to, is it going to drop or is it going to continue? 4 hours can do. Let's see what's going to happen. I've deleted that. Let me close this, and this. And I'll go to H4 and we'll look for a beautiful impulse move. And we have any impulse move? Oh, this one is looking so long. From here to here. So let's pick from here, this low to this high. Let me circle it. I'm picking this low here to this high. So this is the highest high here, and this is the lowest as for now. So that's what we're going to work with. I'm going to delete this, change my cursor. Pick my trend line and draw from here to here. The market will open in an hour's time or less. So we should expect what's going to happen. So sorry, I'm back. My internet actually took me out. Let me share my screen again. If you can see my screen and you can hear me loud and clear, please can you type 2 on the chat box? Okay, thank you. Sorry about that. My network just went out. So we're going to use this impulse move from here, this low to this high, because this high is actually higher than this. So we're going to use this and this low. Now we've done that. You pick your trend line and you do it on the next box. You can see each time you have a pivot level, price always reacts to those levels. Always. It always reacts to it. Every time. You can see, look at it. It got here, wicked out, and it dropped. It got here, wicked out, and it dropped. It broke it out, retested it, went up. It's forming like a cup. So let's see, is it going to come down or is it going to continue going up? Sorry, we've not, these are supports here. Then the next one is this. So we already have it for our support and our resistance. I need to make this bold so I can actually get to them. Okay, now I've done that. Since the price is on the first half of our rectangle, let's just work with the first half. Then you can do the rest as an assignment to check if you can actually do this yourself. Okay, it's actually simple. And you know that you can use these pivot levels to predict the future of the movement of price. You don't need to be drawing it all the time. You can only draw it when the price has broken out of the ceiling or the support. Maybe price broke out of this. Let me show you an example. Broke out of this and created a new high. All you need to do is clone your box and duplicate, just clone it and paste it above it. I'll show you how to do that. So it's not necessarily you need to be drawing a rectangle all the time, because I know it can be very tiring. I'm trying to get it at the intersection between the tip there. You do the same thing here. You know, the higher time frame gives a better direction than the lower time frame. The lower time frame is good for entries, because not every, I'm sure most of us don't have huge amounts in a trading account. So using the higher time frame to enter can actually blow off that account. So this is what I'm going to do. Then you pick your horizontal line. You can see how price reacted when it goes to that pivot level. You can see the double bottom here. Price reacted to it. You pick it again and you do the middle one. So let's see what our 200 EMA will show us. The price is above it, and let's see 50. It's crossed above. So two things is going to happen. It's either price is going to continue going up or price is going to do what? Come down. But from looking at it, it's telling you that it's creating lower highs, which indicates that the movement is still going on an upward direction. But let's get to 15 minutes and see what we have here on 15 minutes. GBP USD is on an uptrend. We've been buying this since like 2 weeks. Okay. You see how price came here, closed at the tip of our 50 moving average. Now price is what? In between getting to this pivot level or getting below this pivot level. So what I'm going to tell you is, do not buy this pair. There's no entry on this pair. If you missed it from here, this particular place, let me circle it. If you missed entering it from here, you missed it here, somewhere around here, there's no need for you to chase the market. It has gone halfway. So two things is going to happen. You see that price is getting here to do what? Retest this pivot level, or price does what? Come down here. But now there's no decision to take on this pair because the major trend is up. You have more of buy opportunity. So if you say you want to chase, you want to buy it now, you are going to risk too much. Because before entering any trade, you need to look, how much am I going to risk? As at how much am I going to gain? So doing this one, say you want to enter this trade, is like risking so much, which I will not advise you to do. Because the price is what? Is at the middle. So I won't advise you to risk too much for this trade. You've missed the first entry, which is below the one I showed you. So all you need to do here is wait for another opportunity to surface. This is an opportunity that was missed. This is an opportunity that was missed. So there's no need for you to chase it. You wait for another opportunity to do what? Surface before you do what? Enter your trade. So for now, I would advise you leave GBP USD and take another pair. Or you look for something, wait for another opportunity to come up. The week just started. So even if the price gets here and did not break it, then you have confidence to do what? Buy from this place. If it gets to this top and it did not break this pivot level, you have confidence to sell down back to your pivot level. So why we do that? All you need to do is wait. There is no opportunity here. For me, no opportunity. But the trend is bullish. So we wait for a new opportunity. So that is it for GBP USD. We will wait for an opportunity to present itself. For now, we'll come back to it. Euro USD has the same thing, but this is what I drew from last week, which is still, price is still there. So there's no point deleting this. I'm sure you already know how I came across the drawing. I picked this to this, and price has already, okay, this one you can actually buy because it just moved a bit. Oh, beautiful. This was the candle that closed below it. This one did what? Closed above the pivot level. So this is where your buy is supposed to be. If you actually enter this trade, your buy should be here, somewhere around here. But it has gone how many pips above? Let me see. From here, oh, it has actually gone 60 pips. That's a whole lot. It has done a whole lot here. Okay. All right, this, you see what price it has actually gone up a bit. So what we're going to do, I know there's going to be a gap when market open, but this presents better than GBP USD. So if the market open, don't enter immediately. Wait for the gap to close, because by the time market open, the spread are very, very, very high. So it's better for you to wait and see. I mean, after, if the market open by, let's say 10 o'clock, you wait till about 11 o'clock before you enter. By then, the spread of the market spread has done what? has closed up a bit. Now you can see here that 50 crossed 200 EMA here, and price is above the 200 EMA, so it's giving you more indication to do what buy. So what I would advise you is, when the market open, if you must buy this pair, wait till the market does what. So this is where that's where your exit will be at the pivot level. I'll write it down. This entry has to be somewhere here. You see, you're risking so much, but this has to be. But if that you actually entered from this particular place, imagine what you're risking, very low. Let's say you enter from here, you see what you're going to risk. You're risking very small to gain big. But now the risk has been extended. So what you would do is wait a bit for the market, so the spread of the market to reduce before you can enter this. So I'll type this one. Buy opportunity. TP 1.23460. SL 1.20450. Okay, that is for this. So I think we're good. No worry, I'm going to screenshot everything and I'll send it to the group for everyone to see. So USD CHF, we're going to wait for candle to do this before we do what we sell. GBP USD, our wait is going to be longer than USD CHF. No opportunity here. Price is consolidating in the middle. So we'll wait for a breakout before we can take our position. Euro USD, there's a buy position. As soon as market open, you wait for an hour, let the spread reduce, and you see the direction before you take your decision. But it's going up, that is where your TP should be, and your stop loss should be below that. Now, GJ, we're going to look at what's going to happen in GJ. Wait, let's go to 4 hours. I think we have a trade on 4 hours. Oh, we've been buying this pair for like 3 weeks. For those who have been in the class, you remember what happened here? We've actually been buying this pair. You can see I drew this so many. I don't know if you're in the class when I drew this thing. Can you type on the chat box? You can see it here. Price has actually broken out of our trend line, our first rectangle. You can see it. Price broke out of the fourth rectangle. So is a bullish. It's just being bullish. It has been going up and up and up. So what we're going to do is look for a fresh impulse for us to draw a rectangle. This impulse move is no more valid. Or no, I told you that if it breaks it, you can clone it. Remember that. Let's use this as an example. Now I'm going to clone this rectangle box. Look at what I'm doing. Pay attention. You click on it. It gives you the highlight. Then you come to this area. Settings. Not setting. Hold on. I want to clone this box. You come to this 3 dotted line, 1, 2, 3. You click on it, then click on clone. Can you see it? If you can see it, type 3 on the chat box. I'm trying to clone this box so I can draw, instead of me checking off this chart, I'm going to draw it and clone it. You can see it, right? Before I clone it. Good. If price, let me close this moving average so it won't have to disrupt us. You see that price has broken out of our initial box and is going up. So what am I going to do in a situation like this? What am I going to do in a situation like this? I will click on this box, then I'm going to clone it. You see this 3 dotted line, you click on clone. The box will be cloned. All you need to do is just drag it up to this place and take it to the middle here. You can see what I just did. I just cloned it. Then I'll pick my box. Let me see, my chat is blinking. Okay, beautiful. So instead of me deleting it and looking for impulse move, all I would do is clone the box, place it on above it, then do what? Pick my horizontal line and do this. Now, this resistance here is now the new support. So this resistance here is now the new support. So what I'm going to do is pick my trend line and draw this. I'm going to pick my trend line and I'll draw this. I'm sure everyone is following me. I know some people will be asking, what if he breaks it? What am I going to do? This is what you're going to do, as simple as that. Just this that I'm doing here. You place it here, and I'm going to draw it. Now, this box has been divided into two, the first half and the second half. So I'm going to work on this half. I'll pick my trend line and do the same thing here so I can get the middle pivot levels. Remember, I'm drawing it on H4 just to get my direction. Our entry and exit is on 15 minutes. Your entry and exit is on 15 minutes. So we're going to, this will tell us where GJ is headed to, or is it going to come down, or is it going to continue going up? Now, this strategy will give you peace of mind. You place your trade. You don't need to be looking at your trade because you know that your trade is going to what? Where it's going to. Now, you see what happened here? Price closed above our pivot level. Let's see what will happen. Pivot level. Now, let me refresh this. You see what happened? Price broke it. So if that you enter this trade, look at the candle that broke this. This candle, this particular candle, broke our pivot level. This particular candle closed above it. So if that you took this trade, this is where your entry will be for a buy. Now, see where your stop loss will be. Some people, it might take them out because of the broker they're using, but some people, it might not take them out because this one particularly closed here and have some pipettes away. This guy came to wick it out and went up. So even if even if he picked you and it closed you because of spread, you can actually do what? Sorry, I need to close this. Let me delete that. So even if it took you out from here and this guy closed here, this one closed here, you have a better entry to do what? Take your buy and your stop loss will still be below this weak candle here. So now let's see for further confirmation, is this guy still going to go up or is he going to come down to do some retest? Because if it goes up, it's coming to 155.427. Now let me see what 200 EMA and okay, you see that's crossed here. It was supposed to cross to the downside, but see what happened. See what happened here? It's crossed to the upside. So it's still telling me that GPP, JPY is still bullish. It's consolidating here. So if I'm to enter this trade, let me go to 15 minutes. Sorry, this is 4 hours. So sorry about that. Let's go to 15 minutes. Aha, beautiful. So this is 15 minutes. Let me expand it so others can actually see. Know where we circled on the 4 hour. Now see this thing here. You enter this trade from here. This candle broke it. And this one closed above it. You enter your buy somewhere around here. Your stop loss will be below this candle that did what? Broke your pivot level. Let me use a drawing. This is where your stop loss will be. This is where your entry will be. And your take profit will be at the next pivot level, which is this guy up here. Let me use a horizontal line to indicate our entry. I will change the color so I will know where price is now. Let's say you entered from here. Let me change the color to red. Or let me change it to a better color, purple. Let's say you entered from there. So you're already in some profits. You can see you're seeing in profits. So what I see here is that price is still going up to the upward direction. Because the distance between here and here, your entry and this place is not much. Let me draw it. It's just how many pips? 36 pips. So you're in 36 pips profit. You still have more pips to go up. So this is still bullish for me. And it's actually heading to 155427. 155427. But from all indication, there's a strong move here. I think that when market open, price will drop a bit to pick more orders before going up. So what I see, let me delete that stuff there. GBP JPY is still bullish. The trend is still very bullish. There's no indication for what? For a sell. So what we'll do is to wait for the market to react and see what will happen. So if you're entering this market, you should exit exactly at 155,400. 155,400. That should be where you should exit the market. 155,400. Because price, from our indication here, if price open, there might be a gap and price will drop to this 200 EMA. You know, this is GBP pairs. Their candles are actually, their pips have actually very much. So you need to be careful when you're taking this trade. Any trade on GBP, because their pairs, their pips are actually high, just like gold. But from indication here, we have buy opportunity than sell. Buy opportunity. Take profits 155.420. SL, we have to look at it, maybe between 20 to 40 pips. That is 1 hour after the market has opened. You need to be very careful. Why I always say 1 hour? Because for that period, immediately market open, the spread is very high. The spread are so wide. So you shouldn't, I don't advise you to enter. So enter like 11 o'clock. By that time, the spread has come back together and the market is now moving. So if it's still giving you this, if it closes, if the 200 EMA can hold price, if this 200 EMA holds price and price closes above it, you should look for what? To buy it up to this area. Then your stop loss should be below this, because you've missed this entry here. If you miss this entry and actually miss this one, you are now chasing the trade. But it does not move so high. But I'm looking more of a buy opportunity than a sell opportunity on GBP JPY. I'm sure that you understand that. Now, this is gold. I've always been bullish on gold. I've told you that gold is going to 2,000. We bought this guy from this place, this particular place here, all the way to this place. And he's still going up. But he's going to respect this resistance zone. You can see what's happening here. Gold will respect it before coming down. But I'm being bullish. I am always bullish on gold. Gold is heading to $2,000. And we started buying gold from 1,670 something. We bought it at 1,700. We bought it at 1,800 and something, and it's heading towards that area. My chart is blinking. I need to check. Please, ma. So that means the space in between those price action is spread. Yes, it's called spread. It's your broker that does that. The broker will make it so wide. So if you enter the market at that place, if you what you may be seeing on your screen might be, let's say for gold, you're seeing 1843. But by the time you enter it, if you're supposed to sell, it will take you. If you are selling or you want to buy, let's say you want to buy and you want to buy at 1843. But if you enter an inside execution, by the time the market opens, it's going to take you up to maybe 1846. It might give you 30p spread or 20p spread, very high spread, and you'll be wondering what happened because the market just opened. There's so much activities there. So I always advise 1 hour after the market opened, just allow the spread to go back to normal. Then you can enter. This guy is going up, it's still going up, but I will buy it when price breaks above 1863. That is when I'll buy it. If you've not been buying it since, don't buy it now. Wait for price to break this pivot level, 1863, and close above it. If price closes above it, then you buy to what? The next level, 1929. But don't buy until price breaks above 1863. If price doesn't break above 1863, please do not buy gold, because it's going to give you more. It is going to respect the resistance zone. Presently is at the resistance zone, so you have to wait for a breakout before you can do what? Buy it. So for now, the buy opportunity is still valid. If you did not buy it with us last week when we bought it, do not enter a buy. Buy opportunity. Buy when price. Sorry, let me say 15 minutes. See, it's even giving us price action. This is 15 minutes. I'm not buying this. If you are not buying it, if you did not buy with us, then do not buy now. Wait until price does what? But if price goes up and it closes below 1863, sell it. But for now, do not buy, except you just want to risk it. Do not buy because you've missed it. Buy when price closes above 1863.5. But for now, no opportunity. If you're entering as scalping, I know what happens to scalpers. You can either win it or you lose it all. Now price is at the what? Resistance zone. Anything can happen on this zone. See what could happen. If you enter a buy, it can decide to reverse and start coming down. You know, price this is a new resistance zone, which is between 1800 to 1845. Those are new zones. They are just the new zones that price has tested. So it will keep going up there, coming down, going up there, coming down. So it's better for you not to be when price is doing what? Doing up and down. So just leave it. Do not enter a buy now until price does what? Close it above this. Like this. Until you see something like this. Sorry, I need to draw this. This. Or this. I'm just using this as a candlestick. You see this? Then you can buy. Put your stop loss below the candle that broke it. But for now, no, do not buy. Do not buy this pair. It's going to drop. It may drop back to retest this new support. You know, this is a new support. You can see what happened here. Let me draw this. You see? Retest. Retest here. Retest here. It was playing on this pivot level. You can see it here. They were all playing here. before it finally broke out. Boom. And it has now come back to do what? Retest this new support. So you need to be careful. It will be better you sell this thing or you allow it to drop here, then you can comfortably buy to anywhere. If you come back to retest this zone, anywhere around this zone, then you can comfortably buy. But for now, do not buy. Buy only when you see something like this or something like this. Any question for all the pairs that we've been? Oh, this is 1 hour. Beautiful. This is 1 hour of our training. And if there's any question about this strategy, please type it on the chat box so we can go through it before we can call it a night. And I'm looking at step index. I'm still using the same strategy for step index. And step is even having, let me see. I've already drawn my, it took me out. I was actually selling it. It took me out. I'm not going to do this, enter this pair until I see something like this. Here, price closes below this pivot level 94.00. If price closes below this pivot level, I will sell it. If price closes above 94.32, I will buy it. If it closes below 94.03 or 94.00, I will sell it. For now, let it keep consolidating and I'll be watching it. So do not enter it until you see a breakout. You can type it 94. Let me send it on the chat box for step index. Sell step index when price closes below 94.03. Buy when price closes below 94.32.6. For now, it's actually consolidating. So you just allow it be. It's consolidating. Let's see what's going to happen in the market. When there's a breakout, then you can do what? Either take your buy or take your sell. Any question? I can see we have very smart students today. So I want you, for if you're a first timer, so I need you to go to any pair of your choice, whether Forex, crypto, or volatility indices. Draw your rectangle on H4, go to your 15 minutes and look for an entry, then post it on the WhatsApp group. Let's see how we're going to do what? Enter it. Now, the beautiful thing, you said gold have new resistance level. Yes. The new resistance level is between 18 and 1800. This new level you just showed. This is a new level, this place here. You know, since gold has actually been between 16 to 17. 16, that's 1,600 to 1,700. So it just broke out the new, it broke out of the resistance level, which is 1,700 zone, and got to 1,800. So 1,800, this place where you can see this place, this is between 1,800 to 1,830 and 45. It's a zone. Zone is not a line, it's not a level, it's not a price. So this is a new resistance zone for gold. And the new support is between 1,750 to 1,798, thereabouts here, what you're seeing here. So what price will not just start going up, it has to react. It will either come down here, go up, consolidating and all that till it breaks out. So between here and here, they're all resistance level. So that's what I'm saying, it's too late to buy because price might get here, it may not get here, it may decide to start coming down from here. I don't know if you understand that. Hello, ma, please, about those not on WhatsApp group, can I drop my number? Okay, the person that gave you this link, tell the person to give you the link to the WhatsApp group and the person will add you to the WhatsApp group. I know this personal for individual to decide on, but with trading view, what currency pairs is good for trading? Damilola, I don't understand your question. Ma, I know this personal for an individual to decide on, but with trading view, what currency pair is good? I don't understand your question. Can you rephrase it? Okay, good. Ahmed, you're welcome. Damilola, the person that gave you the link, tell the person to give you the link to the Zoom call. Tell him or her to give you the link to the WhatsApp group. Then Damilola Oluwaye, please can you rephrase your question? I don't understand your question. Every currency pair is on TradingView. Why I love using TradingView because it's friendly compared to drawing it on your MT4. I mean, with your TradingView, what currency pair do you think is good for trading? Oh, my own trade. No, you know what? I've always said it that I don't trade all pairs. I only trade one pair, which is gold. You can choose to trade anything, but what is better you stick to one particular or maximum 2 or 3. Do you understand? 2 or 3. Like me, it's just gold. But if you want to take like 2 or 3 trade, you can pick a cross and a major pair like USD, CHF, or GBP. Like I have like Matt. Matt prefers just GBP, JPY. That's the only pair he trades. Than any other. But you know, by the time you have so many pairs on your table, when you draw your analysis and you're looking at so many other pairs, one of them may be going your way, but you will miss it because you're concentrating on different pairs. But if I'm looking at only gold, I know that my concentration is on gold. When I spot it's because of this class and the benefit of people on the WhatsApp group. That's why you see me analyzing other pairs. For my volatility for indices, I use step index and the new one I just found, volatility 75 1S, which is this one, this particular, but I've not started using it. I'm just learning how it moves. But step index is what I trade most especially. But when it comes to currencies, gold is just me. That's it. I trade gold. I understand the movement very well. That was why before this movement, I told people on my Twitter, I told them on gold is heading to $2,000. So if you bought it from 1,600, you can keep one entry going. Every other entry you can be going in and out and exit, but it's heading to $2,000 with everything that I've actually analyzed. But before it gets there, it will do some buying, selling, some consolidation, just like this 18, between this 1863 and 1800 is a new resistance zone that it has formed. Price will definitely respect it. But if price beautifully drop down to this level, I will so buy this pair without thinking about it because the trend is bullish. I'm sure you understand that. So Damilola, pick the one. You can pick 2 pairs and focus on those 2 pairs. It can give you any amount of money that you actually desire for yourself. And don't forget to use your trading journals. Trading journals. If you don't have a trading journal, ask them to send the trading journal to the group. Ask anyone to send it to you. Always use your trading journal. It helps a whole lot. It will help you to monitor what you're doing. If you're making 1% of your trading capital daily, or 50 or 2% or 0.45%, any percent you're making, you have to be consistent in it. And that's how you monitor your growth in your trading, not just going in and out of the market. Monitor how much you're making. It will give you a better view and a better result, trading result. So there is no